This is your prophecy update. The Bible prophesies that a peace agreement between the Israelis and the Palestinians will begin the final 7 years, ending with the Battle of Armageddon and the second coming of Jesus Christ. Well, the Israel National News reports that the White House's plan for peace in the Middle East. So the White House already has a plan put together with a few outlines that they want to do to get a peace agreement in the Middle East. Well, the article states that the U.S. Middle East envoy, Jason Greenblatt, spoke to senior Israeli officials and representatives of the Palestinian Authority about the U.S. plan for negotiating a final status agreement. It's reported by Channel 20 in Israel. Among the items mentioned in the U.S. proposal were slowing down building in Judea and Samaria, or the West Bank, creating security arrangements in partnership with Jordan and the Gulf states. Remember, this is a regional agreement, and normalizing Israel's relations with the Arab community. According to the plan, negotiations will begin in September, following the meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian Authority Chairman Mahmoud Abbas in Washington, D.C., just in a few weeks now. The plan also requires both sides to work towards peace. The U.S. will help consolidate the security arrangements between Israel and the Palestinian Authority, as well as consolidate a joint effort to fight terror. Jordan and the Gulf states will also work to help radical Islamic terror. Each side will commit to building a peaceful future and a culture which works towards coexistence. The Arab nations will agree to normalize relations with Israel starting during the negotiations, in return for Israel reducing the number of housing units that are built in the West Bank. Such an agreement would help the Israeli economy and encourage the Israeli public to be more willing to accept territorial compromise and the expulsion of Jews from various towns in Judea and Samaria. According to the report, Trump will leave discussions on Jerusalem and the refugee crisis for the second stage of negotiations after the sides have built a level mutual of trust. So the Israeli government insists the U.S. plan includes sections which obligate the Palestinian Authority to cease incitement and encouraging of violence and to cease payments to terrorists and their families. Well, folks, if a peace deal is signed as a result of these negotiations, it could begin the prophesied final 7-year period, commonly referred to as Daniel's 70th week, foretold in Daniel chapter 9, verse 24 through 27. Only time will tell.